This is the South Pacific Adventist News. Thank you for joining me. I'm David Gibbons. Two Adventist school teachers have raised $40,000 whilst driving 5,000 kilometres in a car with a giant cupcake on the roof. Brenda Lambert and Robin Coburn are the Cupcake Girls. They were an all-female drive team in the recent Sydney to Darwin Variety Club Bash.
We would do it again. We've made lots of great friends, and we also think it's a great way to actually witness.
As they visited towns, they met the locals and sold cupcakes donated by local bakeries. They also visited many schools and communities, donating much needed equipment. Australian Dennis Perry, together with a businessman in New Zealand, fed 5,000 people in Fiji this week with a free breakfast. They are Seventh-day Adventists, and they've been supported by their church's well-known Sanitarium Health Food Company. They have fed over 200,000 people across the Pacific over the past 7 years. Run entirely by volunteers, Operation Food for Life searches out needy Pacific communities and feeds them breakfast, teaches healthier eating habits and heals the sick. These days, over 400 volunteers assist with the program, including registered nurses. More volunteers are needed and information is on the internet. Australians were warned last month that methane emissions are contributing to global warming, and Australia's cattle and sheep are having more of an impact than all the coal-fired power stations in Australia combined. 95% of methane is emitted from cows by belching. Health educators say that if Australians were to eat a healthier vegetarian diet, it would also reduce the need for livestock. This would immediately reduce the levels of methane, which would also help the environment. There are 28 million cattle and 110 million sheep in Australia. A new journal for Christian teachers called Teach was launched by the Avondale Academic Press last Saturday. Avondale College is the Adventist Church's tertiary training institution for teachers, as well as pastors, nurses and business people. The first edition of the magazine has been printed in a hard copy format, but future ones will be published twice a year on the internet. The journal will affirm teachers, encourage more Christians into teaching and assist others to recognise that Adventist education is a mainstream form of evangelism. The popular Uncle Arthur's Bible Stories series will have a new lease of life in Pacific Adventist schools commencing in 2008. A new curriculum was necessary after it was found that many of the 200 Adventist schools in Papua New Guinea, Fiji, the Solomons and Vanuatu did not have a successful or effective Bible program. The new program is based on Uncle Arthur's Bible Stories, which have sold over 10 million copies around the world.
The aim was to produce a Bible textbook that was easy to use, of high quality, and would help each of the teachers there lead their students to Jesus.
Cecil B. DeMille described the stories as a wonderful translation of the Bible for children, and both President John F. Kennedy and Queen Elizabeth gave sets of the books to their children. Adventists in South Queensland have made a major breakthrough in selling Christian books. It is using a party plan to sell Adventist books. It works the same as a Tupperware party. People come to the party knowing they will see books on religion and on health. The concept generates large sales because guests are expecting to buy something. And it's efficient because the bookseller is selling to half a dozen people at once. After they buy the books, the guests have a healthy vegetarian meal similar to a Tupperware party. And finally, in this week's edition of The Record, the Adventist church-run university in Papua New Guinea gets the much-needed roof over its library. Youth in Mackay took to the streets to prove that anyone at any age can win souls. Churches in the North New South Wales, North New Zealand and South New Zealand regions adopt new constitutions. And a pastoral educator points out there is a difference between saying a prayer and praying. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm David Gibbons.